It is hot out. It's hot out. I'm sweating bricks. I just walked 40 minutes, a 40-minute walk, get my exercise in. You know what I'm saying? Summertime. But anyways, I want to talk about. I'm getting a lot of messages and emails about energy weapons in V2K, right? And people keep, some TIs are getting mad at me because I'm not bringing that up. I haven't mentioned that because what I do is separate. This is a completely separate thing, right? Like, security penetration testing or ethical hacking has really not much to do with anything like that when it comes to energy weapons and stuff. But believe it or not, with Kali Linux, using Kali Linux and a device called HackRF, you can Google it. You can actually block, redirect, and deflect frequencies between 1 megahertz and 6 gigahertz. And that covers a range that covers microwave energy weapons, infrasound, so like sound energy weapons. And there was a few others. It was like infrasound. I forget the names. I wrote them down. I just made a video and I read them out, right? In the video. So I've done a lot of research, and this seems to be obviously one of the main concerns for targeted individuals is energy weapons. But I've done a lot of research and educated myself on it, for a long time. I haven't spoke about it because I've been educating myself more about it. And the tragic thing is that targeted individuals really actually don't really know how it all works. They have an idea and a general understanding, but it's a little bit altered from how it really actually works. Because first of all, most energy weapons can't penetrate through walls. Obviously, microwave energy weapons can, radiation or sound energy weapons, and there's a few others. But the ones that do penetrate through walls and that could potentially, cause harm to you through walls, right, are the ones that can actually be analyzed by the HackRF. So you can actually use the HackRF to see any frequencies that are being directed towards you. And that is also microwave, infrasound, and what was the other ones? There was a couple other ones. The ones, not laser, obviously. Lasers, that's a physical one. That one is not going to go through walls. That'll melt the walls and melt the steel and melt everything around you before it touches you. And here's the thing, right? Listen, we have to be educated on what we're talking about. We can't just be spewing out information in all these alternative ways that aren't actually realistic. That it's not even how it works, So I'm somebody that I don't just talk for no reason. I have to know the truth. I do the education, and then I go and prove it myself through experience if I can, right? I got to go experience it to learn it. I'm not just somebody that, says whatever, So anyways, energy weapons, yes, they can be blocked. A portion of them, the ones that can go through walls, right, and affect the human, what would you call that? Anatomy, biology, affect the human in a negative way, right? Psychologically and physically, right? It can cause damage that could lead to death, obviously, right? Over a period of time of exposure to these energy weapons, right? So the ones that can penetrate through walls that you would be most likely worried about, because let's be real, right? Like, if you were getting hit with laser beams and specifically targeted energy weapons that actually cause like death, like instantly, like melt your skin, like kill your body, like give you a heart attack, like a stroke, or just physical damage, right? Those energy weapons you're not going to be walking down the street and all of a sudden and get zapped by a laser. It's not specific to individuals. It's specific to general areas. They sweep general areas. That's what they do. They hit general areas. There is no, okay. So regardless of what you thought that you learned about I've heard the craziest shit from TIs that I know is not true. It's not real. That's not how it actually works. But you've tricked yourself into believing that because, and it really will put you into a state of psychosis if you're scared to go outside. If you live in fear and you think you're gonna get zapped by a laser beam and your brain is fucking melting and shit, and your skin is fucking melting, you even if that were happening, it would be even worse if you believed it because it would melt your fucking brain for real. You would end up just mentally fucking dying. So you'd be surprised what the human being can endure as long as you keep your mental strong. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line is, that's not how it works, okay? Energy weapons don't target specific people and just tune in on your frequency. You know what I'm saying? Your frequency is constantly going up and down, changing frequencies all the time, okay? It's not something that can just be targeted by anything and locked in on, and then now they know that that's your frequency, so they can zap you from any satellite anywhere at any time. That is not real, okay? That's not how this shit works. And if you believe that, I'm sorry, is a mental illness, you know? And I know that TIs get targeted with this all the time. Me too. People are like, oh, you're schizophrenic. Oh, you're fucking mentally ill. Oh, you got mental illness, because I believe in gangstalking, because I've been through it and experienced it and saw it. I'm like the most credible, well-rounded, fucking mentally stable person that I know. Like, I've endured everything and I'm still okay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is fucking gone because they couldn't take it, and I was the only one that survived, you know? So I'm very strong mentally and I'm a credible source, okay? So I'm not delusional, you know? But that gets used against me all the time. So don't get me the wrong way when I say that, because now you're gonna be like, oh, he said schizophrenia, he said mental illness, he's a gang stalker, he's flipped on us, he switched on us. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit I gotta deal with. Listen, there's a couple different kinds of people in this world. You know, there's people that believe that there's no way, and then there's the people that believe there's a way even though you can't see the way. I'm somebody that has always believed that no matter what comes against me, I will overcome it, and I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't care who's trying to kill me, I'll fucking kill you. I don't give a fuck what you try to hit me with, it's gonna bounce off me. I'm a child of God. Frequencies and energy weapons do not work on true children of God reborn again. Not Catholics, not Jehovah's, okay? A true follower of Jesus Christ. Not a religion. Jesus was against religion. I'm not even going to get into that, okay? God has nothing to do with religion. Jesus has nothing to do with religion. The religious people that claim Jesus and God are actually religious people that the Bible and God called out and already told us and warned us about these false prophets and these types of religious people that would take God and his word and turn it into a religion and use it for evil. Now, that's intelligence, what you just heard, okay? I go farther than everybody else, than what you just see on the surface. So listen, energy weapons, they can be blocked. The majority of them can be blocked, redirected. You can actually redirect and send that frequency back to sender using the HackRF and Kali Linux to manipulate radio frequencies and other frequencies in between the ranges of 1 megahertz and 6 gigahertz. Okay, so which covers a vast majority of energy weapons, at least the ones that penetrate through walls that you would have to be worried about. And here's another fact, okay? When it comes to energy weapons, they don't just come from fucking outer space. You know what I'm saying? It's a physical device. It is a big fucking thing. Have you ever seen the military use energy weapons and shit? They're huge fucking big chunks of metal, big square fucking things, and they're laser beam and shit. It's a big piece of machinery. It's not some shit that somebody can pick up and put in their fucking backpack and walk around fucking zapping people and fucking hitting people with fucking energy and shit, okay? First of all, they have to know where you are, and they have to be able to point that shit in a general area close to you, within like meters away from you, for you to be affected by it. You know how fucking difficult that is? How do I know what part of the house they're in or where they're at? And all they would have to do is literally just leave. Like, you do realize that, right? If you're getting hit by energy weapons, and even if you were to use the HackRF to monitor that and see these energies that are you know, whatever, being pointed in your direction, you know, you could literally just move. You know that, right? You could just like move your physical body somewhere else so that way they can't hit you anymore. They would have to pack up, bring all that machinery, and fucking go find you again, turn it on, get it all set up, and then fucking try to tune in on where you are. And they would have to be close enough where you would be able to even see them, like, you know what I mean, like across the street in a parking lot or whatever. And even if you couldn't, you know, it doesn't matter, because you could just move away from the energy that's being directed to you. Okay, it's not something coming from a satellite that's zapping you specifically, that figured out your DNA structure and your fucking frequency or something. You know, that's literally not how it works, you know. And that's the thing, right? Some people just believe things and they don't actually do any research, and they don't actually try to educate themselves, and they just have their idea of what they think is reality and what's not. But everything can be proven. Almost everything can be proven, you know what I mean? Or, you know, everything comes from something, right? The light comes from the sun, right? Oxygen comes from whatever trees, you know what I mean? Like, everything comes from something. There is nothing that just comes from nothing and then does something. Do you understand that? Like, you can find the source of anything, like a fucking rainbow. Like, there is another end of that rain. You can go find the end, like where the rainbow goes. Or maybe that's a bad example. Like, how do I explain this? Like, a source of energy has to come from, or sorry, energy has to come from some type of a source. It has to come from somewhere, which means you can physically go to that source and figure out where it's coming from and how it works. Do you understand that? So that's all I'm saying. Same thing with Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is all through the air. We can't see where it's coming from, but guess what? All you have to do is download an app, and it'll literally show you where those beacons or those APs are actually coming from. And as you walk closer, you will get closer to the source of where that Wi-Fi is, which is coming from a router. Okay, so energy comes from somewhere. Okay, it doesn't come from nowhere and just fucking zap you and beam you down out of nowhere. Okay, that's not how it works. If you believe in that, you are developing a mental illness by believing in things that don't exist, that are poisoning your brain and destroying your light, destroying your happiness. If I believed right now that I was getting hit all the time by energy weapons, if you even believe in something, it'll manifest. That's the thing. People have thought they were dying and they weren't, and it killed them because they thought it, believed it, and it manifested. This is real. Law of attraction is true. It has been biologically, scientifically, mathematically, and biblically proven that your thoughts can become manifest, literally. So you can actually provoke disease, sickness, and mental illness by believing that it's happening. And this is what the system does not want you to know. This is what the CIA don't want you to know. You know, they do all their fucking, you know, psychology shit. You know what I'm saying? They're all into that shit. Fucking weirdos, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yes, these things do exist. I'm not saying they don't exist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Energy weapons are real. V2K is real. There is technology that can, direct, I don't know, voices, thoughts, can alter your thoughts. You can hear voices, maybe they can direct voices into your consciousness. I don't know, but there has been technology and studies with the CIA that are documented, you know, that they have done this stuff, right? But here's the thing. Here's another thing that people don't want to know. TIs don't want to admit. And if you say it, then all of a sudden you're a gangstalker. But these things do not work against children of God. You are sealed and protected by the blood of Christ. Nothing can penetrate your consciousness, your thoughts, your temple. Actually, it's not even your temple. It's God's temple. But if you don't give your temple to God, then God will not take authority over your temple and give you the protection that comes from your creator, okay? So you will be out there without a shield getting smashed on by every evil force possible if you reject God, if you don't believe in God, if you don't inherit God, if you don't give your life to Jesus Christ. Jesus is the only way to the Father, okay? So I know that's heavy, right? This is not what we're talking about here on this channel, okay? And that could direct a lot of people away from me, and that's okay, because it's the truth, and I'm here to talk about the truth. I'm not here to tell you guys bullshit. I'm not here to try to manipulate you, take advantage of you. Yes, I've created a business structure out of the skills that I've learned. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that as well. When you learn this stuff, you will now be able to turn that and monetize it, and you're helping people, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need as TIs. We need a way out. We need a way to make money, because the system, we're never going to make a fucking dollar through the system. The system will never allow us to fucking prosper through it. Here's another thing. If you think that you're going to beat the system using the system, you're an idiot. The system is not going to allow you to utilize it to fucking defeat it, okay? It's another fucking stupid thing I can't believe TIs believe. Like the fucking targeted justice. They're fucking taking money from you guys, telling you that there's a court case coming up and we need as much money as we can. And fucking buddy, you can't win a court case against the government that knows that they're doing something fucking evil. What do you think they're gonna do? Oh yeah, come into our courthouse in front of our judges and lawyers that we all have in our fucking pocket, spend all your fucking money, and then you're gonna lose it anyways. You're just gonna get robbed. Like, they're doing it on purpose. They know that there's nothing that you can do about it. You can go to court and fucking play the role all you want and try to think you're gonna do something. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You cannot beat the system using the system. You can't beat the system legally through a fucking legal system that the system owns. It doesn't exist. They're not gonna let you. Okay? That just defeats the whole fucking idea of the fact that the government is a fucking lawless tyrant entity. Okay? If we already know that, what the fuck makes you think that you could go to court and win a court battle against the same system that's fucking oppressing you? Are you guys fucking for real? Like, I can't believe it. It's mind-boggling. Anyways, so, energy weapons. Yeah, Kali Linux can be used with a device called HackRF. Look it up. And it can block microwave weapons, infrasound, a whole range of frequencies. Not only can it block, redirect, and send it back to the sender, which that would be interesting to do and see, right? But you can also use the HackRF to just analyze the frequencies in the area. And I'm not talking about Wi-Fi. I'm talking about Bluetooth. I'm talking about real energy, real frequencies that are used, that can be used to make you sick, to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Cause damage. So on a genetical, on a genetic level, to your DNA damage, right? So yeah, if you were a targeted individual and all I see is, how do I stop energy weapons? How do I stop my brain from melting? How do I stop my skin from melting and all this shit? Well, if you're gonna fucking just sit still, you're gonna get hit. First of all, bottom line is, in a fight, do you duck and weave or do you stand still and get fucking punched in the face? No. You don't just stand still and fucking get hit. You're a sitting duck. If you stand still, you're gonna get hit. And yeah, it's exhausting to have to move around and do all this shit, but it's also exhausting getting fucking annihilated too. So what are you gonna do? Sit there and fucking scream, cry, and fucking be like, help me, government. The government's killing me, but government, can you help me? I want to expose this to the law. Hey, law, you're killing us, but will you do something about it? The fuck? You think they're gonna help you? They're the ones doing it. You're fucking killing yourself even quicker by going to them trying to ask for fucking help. Bro, when you guys make posts saying, hey, I'm getting fucking zapped by this shit and this is fucking me up and I'm getting hit by energy weapon, oh fuck, I hear voices in my head. You know what that does? That tells them that they've directed that energy in the right direction and it's working. They don't know if it's working unless you respond to it. Once you respond, they're like, okay, boom, they write it down. They're like, okay, he had this symptom at this time when we turned on the fucking whatever. They're analyzing all this shit. They're testing to see what works and what doesn't. If you keep exposing yourself saying this shit is working and I'm fucking losing my shit and I hear voice and all this shit's happening, they're writing that down saying, perfect. Now we know at this frequency, at this range, at this fucking thing, at this time for this person, this affects them in this way. This is where they're located and they don't even move. They stay in the same fucking house. They stay in the same apartment. They stay at the same homeless shelter. They don't fucking do anything but complain about what's happening to them, which is giving intel to your fucking oppressors and attackers that are trying to kill you, okay? It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure this shit out, okay? So, again, another reason why you might want to join my Patreon and learn how to use Kali Linux is because you will learn eventually, which this is very advanced stuff when it comes to radio frequencies and all that stuff. It's not, no person is just going to get involved and learn this shit and do it right away. It's going to take a fucking long time. But you have to be committed and you have to be dedicated. And if you're getting annihilated, cooked, and fucking, attacked from any of these frequencies or any energy weapons, then why wouldn't you do something that can really actually help you? All these devices and all these things that you see ads when you type in Google Gangstalking and targeted individual, and you see these ads on YouTube and Google that are selling devices. These are gangstalkers and gangstalking organizations that are capitalizing off of your stupidity and ignorance by selling you a product that doesn't work. They've been doing it for a long time. You guys have been fucking making them hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars by buying all this shit, and it doesn't fucking work. It's the placebo effect. You might even think it's working, but it's really not, because there is a science behind all this shit, okay? And if you learn the science, then you understand how these things work, and then you would understand that shit like that doesn't actually work like that, you know? But what does work? What can manipulate frequencies? What can block and redirect and deflect frequencies? Do research. Look up Kali Linux. Look up HackRF. Look up radio frequency hacking, okay? Using the HackRF. You will be fucking absolutely blown away. It'll change your life as a targeted individual, and it'll give you such motivation and ambition to want to learn ethical hacking or cybersecurity or security penetration testing, which is all the same thing, pretty much. You need to learn Kali Linux, and you need to realize that if you want to learn it on your own, go ahead. I'm giving you the intel. Now you know where it is. It's Kali Linux. Okay, we're gonna go and learn this shit. We don't need Corey to learn this shit, right? Okay, cool. You might not, but it might take you 11 years, like it took me 11 years to get to this point. I guarantee you, I could challenge you and say, I guarantee you that the most basic things that I can do as a hacker would take you multiple years to even get close to the point where you give up before you even accomplished it. I will challenge you. If you want to do the challenge, I will challenge you. I will give you an assignment, and I'll say, hey, create a payload, an Android payload that gives a reverse shell whenever somebody downloads it onto their Android phone. It'll give you a reverse shell and full access to the phone. If you can do that in 6 months, I will send you $1,000. I know you can't, and I know you won't, because it requires so many layers and levels of knowledge that would take you years to learn just to do that one thing. Because to do that one thing, first of all, you would have to understand port forwarding. And to understand port forwarding, to set it up, you would have to understand networking. And to understand networking, you'd have to understand, you know what I'm saying? So it keeps going and going and going. This is not something that you can just, somebody can pick up a laptop and just do right off the rip. But if you have somebody like me that has dedicated 11 years of their life to learning this stuff as a targeted individual, coming from the same perspective as you and going through a lot of things that you've been through, minus V2K and energy weapons. I'm sure I've been affected by energy weapons. Actually, I have multiple times when I was living in the shelter, when I was living in low income housing. But once I left and I went back in my tent and I went back to the fucking bush, they weren't touching me anymore. The energy was not affecting me anymore. My health comes back. My life force comes back. My color in my face comes back. Everything comes back. I feel normal again. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? When I go back into society, when I go back into the system, when I go back to the shelter, when I go back and get an apartment, when I go back into the fucking world, I start getting sick again. Something is poisoning me. I know they're hitting me through the water. They're hitting me through the air in the vents. They're doing shit. Trust me, I've seen some shit. Low income housing, they were poisoning my fucking water. I tested it, and they tapped into only my line, okay? Because in an apartment building, in the water supply, you can actually see the blueprint and which units and which lines go to which units, which means you could poison a specific unit, a unit's line, okay? Yeah, without poisoning everybody else in the building. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, it's real. It happens. And it's from fucking entities that claim to be there to help people that are going through, you know, poverty, low income people and shit. Yeah, no, it's mass genocide. So anyways, I have been through it. I know what it's all about, and I fucking overcame it. Let me tell you how I did it. You can believe me or you don't have to. It doesn't matter, you know. I'm free from a lot of things that was killing me and destroying me. And then I analyzed what I did and I said, wow, this is what works. I mean, you can't always have 100% escape everything. That's not how life works, you know, no matter what it is, whether it's being targeted or whether it's just fucking life in general. You can't escape everything. There's still going to be 10% of you getting your ass kicked by life, no matter what. But if you can fucking eliminate 90%, I think it'd be worth doing, you know? So that's the way I look at it, and that's what I've done, and I've overcome the majority of things that were fucking destroying me. Now, you know, I say that I defeated Gangstalking, but in reality, of course, it comes in waves. It's going to come again, but now it's less effective. I can identify what's happening, and I actually have a plan of action to avoid it, to retreat from it, or to engage with it to stop it from happening. Because I've figured out some things that other people haven't and tested them out. Absolutely mind-boggling shit. I can't even tell you online, ever. So... like, crazy shit, bro. Like, So anyways, another thing why I'm trying to explain to you guys about this Kali Linux stuff, right? Yeah, look it up. Kali Linux HackRF stands for radio frequency. These are the tools that are used, right, by the entities that you believe that are targeting you. So, which means you need to learn how to use them, block them, deflect them, analyze them for evidence. So if you had a HackRF and you were able to analyze the frequencies in your area, what if you were able to identify that a specific frequency was being directed in your way, which is known to come from an energy weapon, which is known to be at a frequency that energy weapons use? Well, you have evidence, you have proof. Where is it coming from? You would actually be able to find out where it's coming from using the HackRF and Kali Linux. Wow. A lot of TIs will hear this and be in doubt, not even believe it, because they've been played so many times, or they're just so lazy and just don't want to even believe it. They'd rather be a victim. Some people just honestly are not overcomers. Some people just will not do what it takes to overcome. They'll know what to do, but they just won't do it. There's lots of people like that. You know a few, I'm sure, right? There are TIs that are not like that. There are TIs that are saying, guess what? Whatever the fuck it is, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to figure out how to overcome it. Yeah, I'm getting smashed on right now, but I'm going to get out of this shit. I don't give a fuck what it takes. Watch. That's the attitude you have to have. You can't be like, oh my God, I can't do anything. There's no way to overcome it, and I'm getting blasted and fucking smoked from every angle, and my fucking brain's melting. If you do that, they're sitting there laughing at you. They're laughing at you. They're like, look, it's working. These guys are fucking losing their shit. It's like, have you ever heard about the art of war? The art of war. Strategic, methodical way of going to war. Okay, the art of war. Read the fucking book, because it'll teach you how to fucking go to war as a targeted individual and overcome it. Never act like the tactics are affecting you. Never. I don't give a fuck how hurt you are, how fucking bad you're getting cooked, how bad you're fucking suffering in poverty and you're starving to death and you're getting fucked left, right, and center, and they're fucking with your medical and they're fucking with your medication and they're fucking with your life and your housing and fucking trying to kill you. You know what? I lost every fucking thing I had, and I was homeless for 10 fucking years. So if you're gonna cry like a bitch to me, don't even fucking cry to me, okay? Because I was homeless for 10 years living out of a fucking tent. I didn't have nothing. All of my incomes were cut off. They fucked me. As far as you can get fucked, ever. I was almost close to death. There was no fucking escape. I couldn't even feed myself or get my hair cut and fucking put clothes on my back. I was totally a fucking homeless. The homeless shelters were fucking with me. I couldn't even go to a homeless shelter to get something to eat, to get a shower. They were fucking poisoning me. They're doing all kinds of shit. It was fucking crazy. I was like, the only thing you do is kill yourself. That's the only thing you do, right? That's what they want, right? Well, I've come a long way from that point. That was 6 years ago. So, yeah, I'm doing a lot fucking better than I was 6 years ago when I was going through all that shit. How the fuck did I do it? Nobody wants to listen to me. They don't give a fuck. They don't believe it. You know why? Because they don't have what it takes. So they hate themselves. They're mad that they can't fucking do what I can do. And they're mad that I did it and they refuse to believe it as a result. Fine. I'm not talking to those people. Those are fucking losers. And it doesn't matter if you're a TI and we're on the same team either. I don't fuck with losers. I fuck with people that overcome. That's why my name's Corey Resilient. Fuck that shit. Watch this. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing. Crazy shit, bro. What the fuck? I was just homeless for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Now I've created this skill that's leveraged me in so many ways in my life. And it's opened new opportunity up for me. I'm also making money for the first time ever off of something that I'm doing. And it's not bogus. You know, it's not some stupid shit. Like, this is real value. This is like real knowledge. This is really actually helping people. And it's exciting. It's fun. It's rewarding. There's just so much good to talk about when it comes to this shit. And yes, of course, just like a knife or a gun, it's a tool. A good person can use it to stop a bad person. But a bad person can use it to fucking rob a good person. You know what I'm saying? Or kill a good person. So it's not the fucking tool. It's how you use it. Okay? So Kali Linux, ethical hacking, security penetration testing. Get it out of your fucking head that you think it's evil and it can only be used for evil. It can be used for so much good. For you and for everybody else. And these are things that we need to learn. It makes us better. Okay? And I created a business out of it, yes. But I have to. You know what I mean? I can't just fucking I just did 11 years. That's like, bro, I just committed 11 years to my life to learning this. I'm not just going to give it to you for fucking free. You know what I'm saying? I give a lot out for free. I give all kinds of shit out for free. I'm making this video for free. I do all kinds of shit for free. Wasting my time, energy, and effort on a community that rejects me and doesn't even support me when we should support each other, because that's the only fucking way we're going to break free from the matrix. But you don't get that either. We can't gather together because you're too fucking scared of everybody and you think everyone's trying to get you. You need to use your sense. I used to be like that. The program had me thinking that can't, everything's trying to get at me. And it was, but I could also still know in the back of my head, yeah, but there are still some things that I can do and people I can affiliate with that are going to leverage me or help me or whatever, that aren't with the program. And if they are, I'll be able to determine it. I have fucking faith in myself and I have faith in God. God directs my steps, man. That's another thing. Not all of this is me. You know what I mean? I always give glory to God because it's the truth. It's the truth. I'd be dead. I'd be totally cooked, fried, cooked, dead, poisoned, dead. It literally says in the Bible that you shall drink poison and it shall not harm you because you belong to me. Not a hair on your head shall be harmed. No weapon formed against me shall prosper in Jesus' name. Those who plot death against me shall fall into their own traps in Jesus' mighty name. Okay, the Bible gives you every single tool and weapon that you would possibly need to defend yourself against the unseen, demonic, satanic, evil forces that are oppressing humans and trying to annihilate and kill them. It actually all evil comes from Satan. Okay, Satan came to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what the Bible says. So if you don't believe in God and you don't know the Bible, then you are missing the main fucking weapons to defend yourself against the enemy, which is Satan. You think it's humanity. You think it's humans. Actually, humans are possessed by demonic forces because they don't believe in God. You can be possessed, overthrown, and controlled. Voices in your head can force you to kill yourself and do all kinds of shit and kill other people because you do not have the armor of God and you are not protected by the blood of Christ. This is a real thing. Really, really real, bro. And if you think God is the problem, then you don't know that there's two gods. The God of this earth is actually Satan. And everything on this earth belongs to him, including the system on every single level. And that's why it's so wicked and evil. This goes back thousands and thousands of years ago. And if you knew the Bible, you would know that biblically and historically. So I'm all about fucking real shit, paperwork knowledge. I ain't about no fucking fairy tale myth bullshit. And I'm telling you, that's coming from a TI that knows Gangstalking is real. So figure it out. There's something you're missing that I figured out, and if that bothers you, that's your fucking problem. I'm not talking to those people. Those guys are the fucking losers. They don't want to win. They rather cry, bitch, victimize themselves. My fucking brain's melting. I can't fucking do anything. And you know what? I was like that until I almost killed myself, and then I fucking snapped. I said, you know what? It just clicked. I was like, why am I acting like this? Why am I talking like this? Oh, they're doing this on purpose. Okay, this is the game. This is how it works. They try to get you to lose your mind. It's an attack on the mind. That's what it is. It's an attack on the mind. And then I stopped responding to it. And then it wasn't effective anymore. That's how it works. Believe it or don't. Agent of the Matrix wearing black glasses. Walking by me when I was talking about that. But you know what? They know they're scared of me. They don't want no fucking smoke with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm yeah, it still happens. The gang stalking still happens. That guy was an agent of the Matrix, 100%. But anyways, I see them all the time. They can't do nothing to me though. Like, they try to follow me around and try to stalk me and shit. But they're actually a little bit scared of me now. They're like, holy fuck, this kid actually knows how to do some shit that could really... See, now all of a sudden he's going that way. Why the fuck did you come all the way? He crossed across this way. Come here, looked at him in the face. He got scared and he fucking went that way and now he's going that way. Fucking dummy. Fuck out of here. Beat the fuck right out of you, bro. I'll punch you so hard. I'll fucking hit you so hard your shoes will be in the same place and your fucking glasses will be that way and your fucking hair will be that way. Your fucking wig will go that way. I'll punch this guy so hard his glasses will go this way and his hat will go that way and his fucking shoes will be in the same place. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm not scared, bro. I'm not scared. I grew up in the hood with fucking demons, gangsters, hitters, killers, bro. Like, I'm that motherfucker, bro. Like, I'll fucking kill you, like, for real. If you're in the wrong and you're trying to harm me, I'll fucking annihilate you. You're gonna need energy weapons to fuck with me. And even those can't fuck with me. So, like, all glory to God. Thank you. You know? Fucking guy just picks a leaf off the tree like a weirdo. The fuck? Like, well, you can just tell people are, you know, they know they're, you know, they've been identified. Guy goes like this for no reason. What are you doing, bro? You're a grown ass man. You're picking leaves off the fuck. Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. This is nervousness. The motherfuckers are nervous, bro, around me. They think they got the confidence, and then they see me, they get near me, and then they fucking feel my energy, and they fucking run the other way. You know what I'm saying? I'm different, bro. My frequency is different, and it cannot be penetrated by energy weapons or frequencies. If that were possible for me as a child of God, then it would already happen. I'd be dead already for trying to teach targeted individuals how to fucking hack gang stalkers. That's the way they're gonna see it. That's not really what I'm doing. I'm teaching ethically how to learn these skills to educate people so they can secure themselves, their devices, and their networks, and potentially even have a way to generate some income on their own that doesn't rely on a SIN number or the system or a government that can control it or take it away from you. It doesn't come from their fucking system. It comes from your system. You developed it from your own skill, from your own grit. That's the difference. That's the freedom. So anyways, this video is getting crazy long. Energy weapons, Kali Linux, HackRF. Look it up. When you're ready, click the link, join my Patreon, and we can start doing this stuff. But it's going to take a while before you can get to that point where you can learn how to use stuff like that, right? Don't be defeated, you know? You're going to look at it and be like, okay, well, I can't fucking do this. Me neither. I haven't learned how to use the HackRF yet. That's advanced. I was like, I have to do all these things before I get to that point, and I'm getting close to that point where I can actually start. First of all, the device can range anywhere from $300 to $1,000, okay? So it's an expensive, real device. It's no kid's toy, okay? So costs money, right? And also, it takes super advanced, but we can get there, and we will get there one step at a time. I'm almost there. Okay, cool. All I got to do is buy the RF at this point. I know how to get it set up and use it, the basic understanding of how to use it. But when it comes to, I have to learn more about which frequencies am I trying to target, which I'm learning right now about energy weapons and what frequencies are used in between 1 megahertz and 6 gigahertz and stuff like that. I'm learning all the frequencies and how to manipulate them, how to deflect them, how to block them, how to shoot them back from the source that they came from. Like, you know, these things are, first of all, I had to find out, is this possible? Is that possible? How can it be done? Once I learned that, I was like, okay, these are the steps to take. So now I can teach you. Once I go and do it and I test it out, see if it works, feel it out, figure it out. And once I see some success and I'm like, wow, it worked. Like, okay, now I'm ready to teach this stuff, you know? So that's what I'm going to be doing in the Patreon. So another reason why you guys should start getting involved now. Don't wait until I start learning that stuff and teaching it now, and then you think you want to join my Patreon and learn from me. Now that you think you have something to benefit from, all of it you can benefit from, and you're not going to be able to just jump in the deep end and just start swimming like that. You're going to have to learn the basics. You know, you have to learn the basics and the fundamentals. The Linux basics and the Linux fundamentals to even operate the terminals using Linux commands, so you can even start the tools inside of Kali Linux using Bash or Python or whatever language that it's written in. If you don't know how to do that, you're never going to be able to use Kali Linux or any of these fucking tools ever. And it's going to take you a long time to learn that unless somebody like me shows you how to do it. Or I'll see you in fucking 15 years when you just figure out the basics, you know, and I'll be so fucking advanced and everybody in my course will already be fucking light years ahead of you when you thought you didn't need me and didn't want to rely on me and didn't trust me or didn't believe in me. You did it, you tried to do it yourself, took you 11 years. Sure, you accomplished it. Something to be proud of. But, you know, time is a real thing, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have a lot of it, right? Especially if you're a TI, you're getting smashed on, who knows, right? So it's like, yeah, we need to learn this right now from somebody that knows how to do it and that can show us how to do it, so we don't have to fucking try to figure it out on our own, and to the point where we get, you know, stressed out and give up. Because that happened to me lots in the last 11 years. I stopped for a couple of years. It took me a long time, man, to get to this point. But I am very satisfied where I am, and I actually have an asset. I have a skill. I have something to contribute, and I have something worth value. And I've been able to generate a small amount of money right now. And you know what? It could get a lot bigger. Like I said, with my Patreon course, I only have 4 paid people, and I have like 28 free members that aren't paying. If those 28 people decided to upgrade and just do the $50 a month basic package of the Patreon to access my content and work with me in my Patreon to learn this stuff, when I can walk you through everything one-on-one, then I would have about $1,600 a month. To a TI, bro, I just spent 10 years homeless. That's huge. That's astronomical amount of money to me. $1,600 a month, that's life-altering money generated by myself. It's not coming from the government where they can take it away. It's not coming from a job where the fucking job you can lose the job, or the people who can fuck with you at your job. It's not coming from a Facebook where they can just block your fucking account. You know what I'm saying? I have methods to where I have full control over my finances, like in that aspect. You know, whatever platform I'm using is going to be a platform that agrees with my ideology, right? Which is freedom of speech, and decentralized systems like the blockchain, and making it so that I can't be overthrown by that platform or entity when I'm generating a following and income. They could take it away from me, just like Facebook. So I figured out a way to avoid that as well. And I can teach you all that shit. I actually don't even need a bank. I don't even use a bank. So everything I do, bro, I'm telling you, if you guys knew what I do and what I'm capable of, I'm like, it's really, it's insane what I've learned how to do and the way I'm living my life. Like, fuck. If anybody is gonna get put on a list from the government for anything, it's me. Okay? So, holy fuck, bro. Like, shit is getting crazy. But anyways, and I do have to be careful because it is putting me at risk from teaching you guys this shit. It's putting me on the map, on the radar from other fucking, entities and shit. And what do you think is going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck do you think? They're going to try. And they already know they failed in every single way. The only way they could possibly get me is if they had fucking, they hired a contract hitter to jump out broad daylight and fucking blow my head off. And that could happen too. I'm not going to lie. But good thing I know hitters too and gangsters, and I'm fucking already about that life. So they're going to have to be really fucking smart with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always ready. I'm always fucking ready, bro. I don't go anywhere without it. You know what I'm saying? I don't go anywhere without it, dog. Mm-hmm. Anyways, energy weapons.